Table fans, we're going to do a battle report today. We're doing Grey Knights versus Chaos Space Marines. Let me show you what we got going here. So we're going to do it on this table here. We got some terrain kind of set up in a tournament style kind of thing. By that I mean there's definite areas that are kind of clearly marked as what is going to be the area terrain. And then it's kind of evenly placed across, rather than a thematic kind of thing where it would be maybe not so balanced and there would be, you know, a city over here and something else over there kind of thing. It's more of a, everything is balanced out so that either way, it doesn't matter which side of the table you get, you're going to have an even chance. I'm here with Gene. This is his first time doing a bat rep with us. He's going to be playing the Grey Knights, and so he's came up with a list. Tell me what you got in your list, Gene.
Okay. So I definitely want to include these two Storm Ravens.
Okay.
They both have some heavy weaponry here, some las cannons, which are definitely nice because those are fairly hard to come by when you're dealing with a Grey Knight Codex. I also have here some Razorbacks, which are going to transport some more psi cannons being carried inside them by some purifiers. So that's going to pretty much round out what I can use to deal with tanks, vehicles, put down some suppression fire. Here with my Dreadknights, these are taking more of the form of anti-infantry. As you can see, they've got a sword and a heavy psi cannon equipped. And so that usually does pretty well. If there's swarms, I can take them out from range with the psi cannon. If there's a big nasty, I can go toe-to-toe with the sword. And with the stat line that the Dreadknights have, there are very few other things that can stand toe-to-toe with them in a one-on-one fight. Over here you can see...
Did you bring two of them then?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then inside the different vehicles here, we've got some purifiers here. As you can see, each of them have the two psi cannons, so they're going to be more ranged fire support. And then a group of 6 each of some Terminators, and they're going to be led by this guy here. That's a really beautifully painted model that I'm going to be using as the Grand Master for these forces today.
Okay, so you have 6 and 6, so you got one extra guy because your transport value on the Storm Ravens is only 6 Terminators, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, one of these Terminators guys isn't going to be in the transport, since his place will be taken by the Grand Master in most situations.
So where's the extra? Is the extra Terminator a separate choice then in the?
No, with the separate Terminator, I'm probably just going to leave him out of this particular list.
Okay.
Since I have both of these Storm Ravens here, so it's going to be a little bit different from what I may normally take.
Okay. Cool. Sounds great. And that's in 2,000 points, right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So playing against that, I've got some Studio chips. No, not chips. I have these Chaos Space Marines here that we did some conversions on, and they're actually going to be, I talked about them in a studio update. They're going to be part of our escalation campaign that's coming up here pretty quick. So we're going to preview this army and kind of play it here against some Grey Knights for fun. So the big part is it's got 3 units of 3 Obliterators. Then it has a Demon Prince with Lash of Submission, a Tzeentch Sorcerer with a bunch of powers. He's got a Familiar, and he's got Wind of Change, Gift of Chaos, and Bolt of Change, I think. Yeah. And then 2 Rhinos with combi weapons. And one of them has Chaos Space Marines in it with a Power Fist Plasma Pistol Champion, Spyron Champion, and 2 Melt-A-Guns. And then this one has Slaanesh Noise Marines. And we've got the Sergeant with the Doom Siren, we've got the Blast Master, and we've got a couple of Sonic Blasters, and a 10-man unit for this in this Rhino here. I actually have the Rhino switched because that one's got some stuff, got the right iconography on it. But then to fill it out, we've got a unit of Possessed with Mark of Tzeentch, so they've got a better invuln, and an icon, so that they can get guys in if I wanted to deep strike stuff, deep strike the Obliterators, for instance. So and it makes them a little bit more nasty. So we're gonna go. What we're gonna do on this game is we're going to the runes in the middle of each rune. So there's 3 of them on the board. Is an objective. So we're gonna do an objective game, and it's 12 inches and 12 inches for the corners, and in the center of the table for that third guy there. So let's go ahead and roll off for deployment and first turn. So we've got 5s. I got a 1. Gene got a 5. All right. So you're taking first or second turn, Gene, and we're gonna do pitched battle for deployment.
All right. I'm gonna go second turn.
Okay. Cool. So I will deploy first, and then he'll deploy, and then we'll go from there. At the beginning of the game, I have possessed. So at the beginning of the game, as per their Demonkin rule, I'm supposed to roll on this chart, and they get one of these cool abilities. So here's my roll, and it's a 4, and that will give me rending. The fangs and claws of the possessed are razor sharp and cut through thick armor. So they have rending now. Cool. All right. So yeah, back to deployment. Roll is grand strategy for his Grandmaster here.
It'll affect 2 units. I choose to have it affect both my units of purifiers, and I'm going to give them the unyielding anvil, which allows them to control objectives as if they were troops.
Okay, cool. All right, I think we're both deployed. Do you want to attempt to seize the initiative there, Gene?
I will.
Go ahead. That's
I do seize
just ironic, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. So, let me get my...
He's going to go ahead and move. Here's the deployment while he's doing that. He went ahead and deployed all along his line there. Got both his Storm Ravens over here, and a Dread Knight, and then another Dread Knight over there, and his other Purifier squad over there.
Okay.
So he's going for these guys are all going to come up and assault me, and the Purifiers over there are going to hold that objective. That's the goal, I think. So he's going to move, and we'll come back. Ready for your shooting phase?
Yes. And so as far as movement goes, these guys I'm keeping parked for the time being. You know, if no one comes out to try and hurt them, they'll be fine just sitting there and holding that. This guy's going to run interference for him to make sure that I keep control over this area of the board.
Okay.
I popped smoke with this rhino, trying to get
the heart
it.
represents.
Yeah. And this Razorback. And so it's going pretty much for the midfield. A lot of Grey Knights that you're playing against, they're going to take control of that midfield because most of our weaponry is 24 inches. So if you let your Grey Knight opponent take that midfield, you might find yourself in a tough spot. Similarly, he's got a Dread Knight escort, and then both of the Storm Ravens are just rocking and rolling right back into the enemy lines as fast as they can.
This one has the Grandmaster in it.
Yes. That's correct.
And they're both just regular Terminator squads, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. And so first, I'm going to attempt to fire at these obliterators over here. I don't know if I'm going to be in range with my heavy side cannon.
Say which one where you're going to target it with any guess weapon.
Okay.
You do that before.
I'm going to target that one.
Okay. All right, so now you measure to see if you have 24 inches.
I'm measuring.
Yeah, you got it.
And I got it.
So he's got a large blast. So our large blast here. And then scattered eye, there's one over in that other box there. Okay. So he's going right on that guy's head.
Okay.
If it hits, it will hit 2 obliterators and 1 guy. It's gonna go 8 or 7 inches this way.
It's gonna go.
So make sure you get the angle right on that. Just like that.
Okay.
So 7 inches. So you're gonna pop this guy over here instead. So
right.
1 obliterator's hit. It's a strength 7. He's got a toughness of 4, and it is rending. And it will wound. And so obliterator takes a wound. He's fine on his Terminator armor.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to be firing the same weapon. Just this time I want to get into some of the soft bodies over here. So I'm going to target this guy right there.
That guy. Okay.
Yes. I should be in range, and I am.
This was the gambit. I thought, you know, what are the chances? 1 in 6 that he's going to steal the initiative. So these guys were going to get the possessed. We're going to get in the rhino there, but of course, that didn't work.
Okay.
So he's going to go 3 inches that way this time.
Okay.
So right there. So you're going to hit 2 obliterators and 2 possessed.
All right.
Again, it's strength 7 rending. So I'll roll them separately.
Okay. For the 2 obliterators,
They both take wounds.
2 possessed.
1 wound. Okay, so obliterators. One takes a wound. That's just silly. I'm gonna stop. I'm not even gonna roll these dice this game. If any of you have seen the last battle report, I rolled really badly with those dice, and they were not nice to me. So I'm not even gonna roll them. For some reason, they like Sean, but they don't like me. All right, and then one possessed. Possessed is fine. So an obliterator takes a wound.
All right.
Okay. Put on that obliterator right there. Okay. Next.
Next, I'm going to be firing some Mind Strike missiles into this group here.
Okay.
So
You
Mind Strike.
can only shoot one because you're Power of the Machine Spirit.
Okay. Well, Mind Strike missiles are strength 4 or less,
Right.
so they're defensive.
If you move 12 or less, then you could shoot all of them.
All right. In that case, instead, we're going to go ahead and fire some last cannons then into these rhinos.
So last cannon into the rhino.
Yeah. First, I'll be firing this guy's twin link last cannon,
Okay.
and so.
Here we get a shot of.
So he's gonna get, he's gonna get cover from that.
Okay.
That'll hit.
Okay.
And it'll glance. And here's my cover save. Go ahead and glance. That will immobilize. So that's now immobilized.
Okay.
Okay?
That's good.
Next one.
All right. Now with this guy, he's gonna similarly fire, but he's gonna fire at this rhino.
Fire
since
at the
I
other one.
immobilized the first one.
Okay.
So we'll see if it hits.
It does.
And let's see.
No, it bounces
Nope.
off.
Okay.
Okay. So anything else?
That'll be it.
All right, well, it could have been infinitely worse for having the initiative seized. I'm not terribly happy about the fact that both Storm Ravens full of nasty Terminators are already here, but we'll learn to live with it. I'm gonna go ahead and move. All right, so movement. Slow and purposeful on these guys. So unfortunately, these guys only just moved 2 inches. These guys moved 4, they backed up. I thought, okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and go for this, so these guys are gonna move up. I mean, they got Rending, maybe they can glance the Storm Raven, right? Let's see, 4 plus 6 is, yeah, they could pin Storm Raven if they get 6s. 6s and then 6s again, 5 or 6s. But we're gonna go ahead and start shooting at the Storm Raven, try and take it down, get some of these juicy guys out to maybe do some damage before I get rocked here. So we're gonna start with this. He has a Combi Melta, so he's gonna shoot his Combi Melta into that guy. So we've got 12 inches. He'll hit. You want to record the dice rolls. So he hits, and then I need a 4 to do anything. He'll bounce off.
Okay.
Next one, we're gonna shoot the other Combi Melt at it as well. You want to just try and get rid of this thing. Hit, pin. So you take a cover save there.
Okay.
So 4 better because he
cover
moves
save.
fast. He's a skimmer. He doesn't.
And
Mobilized, which will destroy you because you went fast last time. So you are destroyed.
okay.
So a pin check for the guys inside, and they get out.
Okay.
I'll switch you while you're getting those. So that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. My Combi Melt, I mean, they spent 20 points to take down a Storm Raven because Combi Meltas are 10 points apiece on those rhinos, and so he's gonna get all his guys out there, and we're gonna have some fun with them. We're gonna do some bad things to them, and that leaves me a lot of firepower available to do some other stuff. And holy cow, he just rolled almost boxcars, so he is pinned. So they are not going to do anything next turn, which means that maybe I can just ignore them. And that's kind of cool. I got to think about what I'm going to do now because that was an unexpected turn of events. Right, okay, so going on to some other shooting, we're going to give the camera back to Gene here. So, yeah, awesome. We're going to go ahead and try, they're not going to do anything, so I don't have to deal with them this time. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to go over here because I don't know what I'm going to do. We're going to try Last of Submission. This guy's going to try and test the Last of Submission. He's going to try and lash this guy. So it's 2d6. It's a psychic test, and I fail it because I needed a 10. Well, I needed a 10 regularly, but a 9 because I'm targeting the Grey Knight. So no Last of Submission, which is poopy because now I count as shooting at him, so I can't charge with him. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop the hatch here, I guess, on these two guys, on this guy, and the two combi melt or the two melt-a-gun guys are going to go ahead and take some shots at these Grey Knights here that are pinned. We don't really care. We're just going to go ahead and take some shots at them, try and kill a couple with their two cover saves because this guy's big ass wing.
Okay. So both of them will go on sword terminators.
So one lives and one dies.
Okay.
All right. Man, that definitely makes things different. We're going to try this guy. This guy right here is going to put 3 las cannons into the Storm Raven. All hit, and we need 3s to do anything to you. So 1 pin, 1 cover save.
Okay. Rolling the cover save.
You made it.
It's good.
All right. We're gonna try these 3 guys. We're not gonna waste our time there. We're just gonna live with the fact that that thing's probably. No, I definitely try and take out their mobility if I can right now. 3 las cannons from here into it. Gotta try and get rid of it. They all hit again. They're happy with it. We're gonna switch out dice. Maybe the dice don't want to roll good twice in a row. And 2 glances and a pin. That's much
Okay.
better.
So for the covers, first for the 2 glances. Looks like save on.
Let's see if this guy. He's looking pretty cocky.
Okay. We'll reroll him. So one glance gets through, and then for the pen goes through.
All right, so glance is the teal die, pin is the black die. Weapon destroyed and stunned. So I'm going to pull off your las cannon. So no more las cannon for him.
Okay.
And he's stunned. So, but you're probably going to just get rid of that with your psychic.
Like the Grey Knights do.
Like the Grey Knights do.
Yeah.
All right. Possessed don't have any weapons, but I'm not going to charge you. But I do have a sorcerer in there with some different cool powers. So he's going to. The sorcerer is going to try and attempt to cast Bolt, I think. I'm going to check my spells here real quick. He's going to try Bolt of Change, 24-inch range, Strength 8, AP 1, Assault 1. So he's going to attempt to blow up that Razorback real quick. Yep, he's got range. So here's the psychic test. Are the vehicles accepted? Do they have that -1 to my leadership thing?
I believe they do.
Okay, so only 9. There's cocked on the other guy. 10. So no, I'm not going to cast it on you. Over here, we're going to throw 3 las cannons into that guy. So 2 hits. 2 wounds, so you're invuln save.
Okay. 2 invuln saves.
5 or better there, so he takes 2 wounds.
Okay.
2 out of his 4. That's some hearts for him. All right, we're gonna shoot these guys at him. We're gonna attempt to see if they can shoot here. I know that the Doom Siren is gonna, or not the Doom Siren, sorry, the Blastmaster is gonna have range. The Blastmaster is actually going to give him cover, but let's see if the other guys have range to him. Yes, yes. No. All right, so I've got one Sonic Blaster and 1 Bolter and the Doom Siren. Or not Doom, I keep saying the Doom Siren, I mean the Blastmaster. So let's find out exactly what everything's going on, what we got going on here. Noise Marines, all right. So, we're doing let's see, we've got the Blastmaster is going to go with this guy. It's a 48-inch range, Strength 8, AP 3. It's basically a battle cannon. Heavy 1, blast and pinning. And so, right on him. That's cocked. So it's going to go a bunch of inches that way, so probably nothing at all. Yep, out in the middle of nowhere, no damage. Okay, next we got a Sonic Blaster and a Bolter. Sonic Blasters are heavy 3 24-inch range. AP, they're shooting 4 AP5. So basically it's the same as a bolter except for heavy 3. So these two guys, which were in range, are gonna go ahead and fire at them. Here's their shots. 4 hits, that's pretty nice. We're only strength 4, so we need 6s to wound you. 2 wounds, that's a good roll.
Okay.
Regular start, regular save though.
All right.
2 up save. He's good.
He's good
double
on
saves.
2 2s.
Okay. So, shot. Everything is shot, so I think my turn is done. So, beginning of your turn, you don't need to roll anything at the beginning. Oh, you do. You go ahead and roll the psychic thing here, see if you're
All right.
fix your guy there.
See if the psychic pilot fixes his ship with
Does.
brain magic. And he does.
So, no more stunned.
Okay.
All right. And let's trade off here.
All right.